Namaskar and welcome back to your geography class. I'm Sukhdeep Kaur, your geography teacher. Let's begin our today's class within the continuity of chapter number 5 itself. So, here are the topics that we are going to discuss today. We are going to discuss the concept of density of population. As I've told you in the prior class, before it was going to end, that we will discuss the term densely, particularly in the terms of densely populated term in our upcoming class. So, here I am at your service. And the second topic that we are going to discuss is that what are the factors that affect the whatsoever kind of distribution of the population is there all over the world. What kind of distribution population is there? The population is unequally or unevenly distributed all over the world. So, let's begin our today's class. Density of population. So, first of all, density. In the simplest term, and the overview concern, density means more the things are living in a particular area ahead from each other or at a bit distance from each other. So, distance matters the most in the terms of density, and in here we are talking about the density of population. So, how much people live in a particular area. Now, what is that particular area? Let's find out. So, population density. So, it is the number of people living in a unit area of the earth's surface. That how many people are living in a particular unit area. What exactly unit area? Still have to figure out. So, normally expressed as per square kilometer. So, the area we are talking about, unit area, that is per square kilometer, that within one particular square kilometer how many people are living, that is known as density of the population of that region. So, average density of population in the world is 51% per square kilometer, but India's is far ahead of that. What is that? Again, the information is with us, but you have to wait for a while. So, highest population density is found in South Asia, Southeast Asian nations and northeast part of North America particularly. So, South Central Asia is also there. You can see with the help of this image that these parts are densely populated, East and Southeast Asia as well. Moving ahead with one more example. So, in here you can see two kids are talking to each other, they are interacting with each other. So, this first kid is saying when all the 30 students are present in a classroom, our classroom seems to be more congested, we do have lack of proper space to sit. But on the other hand, what happens because of the separate sitting arrangement of the other class, over here we are talking about now when all the 30 students are present. So, now their classroom has been shifted to a bit of hall size. You can read over here. So, when the same class is seated in the school assembly hall, it seems more empty and more open. So, the other child, girl, is giving the answer because of the size. Class is of small size and the hall is of larger size than the class, because the size of the areas of the hall is much larger than that of the classroom. So, however, when all the students of the school come into the hall, then also the hall will look congested to us. We will not feel good by standing completely close to each other. So, we are not in comfortable part in that concern. So, India, I was talking about far ahead concern of the density of Indian population. So, average population density of India is 382 persons per square kilometer. World is having 51 persons per square kilometer. India is having 382 people or person per square kilometer. So, that is a huge gap. That is why we are leading in population. Still, not a proud factor to be discussed, but truth is truth, and we can do the initiation. Of course, when you are growing, in the youth age, when you will particularly enter, at that time, you can take up some, good decisions. Moving ahead with the factors affecting the distribution of population. So, particularly in two criterias, but individually more than two. So, why two criterias? One is geographical factors entirely lying onto the nature, and social, cultural and economic factors. It depends on the humans in more count. So, let us discuss this. Within the geographical factors, there are other categories as well. That topography of a region will be the reason for the more density of the population or less density of the population, as mountains and plains are the most suitable examples. People do live less in mountainous regions and more in plain. Similarly, for the soil, where there will be availability of good quality of soil, fertile quality of soil, people will prefer those regions for the agriculture part, because agriculture gives the raw material to the industries ahead. Then minerals, availability of minerals will lead to the more densely populated areas. Why so? Because more and more people will be involved in the employment part in the region where minerals are found in abundance for the mining, extraction and various other parts or concerns also. Climate, in the extreme climatic conditions, people don't prefer to live, but in the suitable, as in the part of tropical and subtropical part of the world, as in India lies in one of these places. So, we do have apt kind of habitable conditions. Then lastly is the availability of water. We have discussed all these things in the terms of industry as well and agriculture as well, but in here we are talking about as the geographical factors that are affecting the density of population of any place. Talking about the social and other, we will do it a bit later, because in here we are going to discuss all these in detail. Almost the things that I have told you, but still have to learn and understand also. So, people prefer plains over mountains, example I was giving you, and plateau. So, the more preferable places plains as compared to mountains and plateaus. Reason for that is, plains are good for farming, agriculture, then plains are good for the manufacturing, secondary industries or secondary sector. Then they are also good for service activities, tertiary activities. So, three types of the economic activities are preferably done in plains instead of practicing them in mountains and plateaus. Next is the examples of the topographical concerns only. Ganga plains are the most densely populated areas of the world, and in the mountains likewise almost every continent leaving Antarctica does comprises the highest mountain ranges within a particular continent. So, we have some names as Andes, Alps, Himalayas. These are the sparsely populated areas because these are the wide mountain ranges, high mountain ranges. Alps and Alps is the mountain range of Europe, Andes of North America and Himalayas of Asia particularly. Climate. So, people usually avoid extreme climate. I have already told you that means very hot, very cold. Example is Sahara Desert, polar. Extreme hot, extreme cold. So, polar regions of Russia, Canada and Antarctica. Next concern is of soil, depends on the fertility part. So, fertile soil provides suitable things to do for the agriculture part, as in the plowing can be done easily and various other factors related to agriculture. So, fertile plains are densely populated. Example of these fertile plains lies in Ganga and Brahmaputra basin in India, one of the largest basins of the world, perfect for agriculture. Then Wango and Changjiang in China province, and Nile river or Nile basin particularly. So, we are not discussing the river's name, we are discussing the basins formed by these rivers in as the plains as well. So, plains examples, water, availability of water. So, people prefer areas with easy access of fresh water. Examples, river valleys are more inhabited as compared to the other parts of the world, and the best example is first ever civilizations have occurred by the river valley sites only. So, river valleys are densely populated, deserts are sparsely populated. So, contradictory examples are with us. Then particularly minerals, availability of minerals part. So, areas with mineral deposits are more populated, likewise diamond mines of South Africa are more populated. Discovery of oil in the Middle East, that is Middle East Asian nations, Dubai, Iran, Iraq, that particular parts of the world, over there oil has been discovered, not now, since centuries or since a while. In the while I am talking about more than 50 years itself. So, availability of these minerals had been responsible for the densely populated region of these regions itself. Now, talking about the social, cultural and economic factors. So, social for economic and cultural, let's discuss the individual one. In the social, those factors do come that makes us live in such conditions where the things that are basically required to survive in a society are found easily. So, those resources are likewise areas and resources I was talking about, housing, good educational facilities, good health facilities are densely populated regions of the world. Likewise, Pune. Just a simple example from India itself. Cultural concerns, so places with religion or cultural significance attract people. Likewise, in the religious concern, these religious cities of India. Varanasi, Jerusalem. Varanasi in the terms of Hinduism, Jerusalem in the terms of Christianity and Jewish also. Vatican City, particularly the Christianity itself. Moving ahead with the economic part, where more and more economic activities are available, more and more job opportunities are available. So industrial areas provide employment opportunities, told you, more and more job. So large number of people are attracted to these areas where easily job can be, occupied. So these areas are densely populated. Again, examples are with us. Japan's Osaka province and India's Mumbai province. So, major industrial regions of these particular nations. Coming ahead with the life expectancy part. So, we have discussed the factors affecting the population density or density of population of any part of the world and all over the world as well. Now, we are talking about a very interesting topic, that is life expectancy. It means how long can the person live, or how long is the expected life years of an individual. So let's discuss this thing. So number of years that an average person can expect to live is known as life expectancy. Again, it depends on various factors. If the region is particularly having all the appropriate resources for the survival, likewise social, geographical, economic and cultural, all the factors are there. So in the geographical factors, plains are there, okay, then any of the activities availability is there, whether primary, secondary or tertiary. Coming to the society part, social factor, good housing is there, good educational qualities are there, health facilities. Over here, prime concern that helps in more and more life expectancy of a region. More the health facilities will help in the adding up years in the life of any individual. So that was all about our today's class. So we have discussed particularly and aimfully discussed the factors affecting the density of the population of any region all over the world. Time to recall. So let's do that part. What is population density? So number of animals in a specific area? No. Number of people living per unit area. Don't forget this formula. Per unit area means per person square kilometer or person living in per square kilometer area. Next is, which geographical feature is most suitable for dense population? Deserts, mountains, polar region, extreme climatic condition and mountains not providing all the resources in the good amount. So the best thing or the best topographic region is plains. Last question for the day. What does life expectancy indicate? It shows that average years a person can expect to live. That okay, in today's scenario, we are the most populated region of the world. It means health wise we are not that developed. Development is there, but still we are completely ignoring that part in most of the bit. But we are talking about the life expectancy of those regions that are highly developed. And one of the reasons that India is leading in population is that we come in the developing nation phase. We are not considered as a developed nation. So the people of those regions are to be referred as having good life expectancy. The nations which are highly developed, or they are considered as developed nations. So moving ahead with the next topic from the same chapter, we are going to discuss in our upcoming class. Till then, please learn these questions and go through the entire notes part that we used to discuss in these classes. So see you soon with the upcoming topics in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.